Hi and welcome to Quicklead. If you are watching this, we are confident that by the end of this demo, you will discover one of the safest and most powerful tools to automate everything you normally do manually on LinkedIn. Let's quickly give a bit of background. We officially launched in December 2023 with powerful automation features. These include automatically finding leads on LinkedIn, both in Search and Sales Navigator, auto-visiting profiles, auto-sending connection requests, handling follow-ups for you, and even more. Quicklead has evolved into a fully cloud-based system. You only need the extension once to securely connect your LinkedIn account with a dedicated country-based proxy. After that, it works 24/7 without your system being on, and you can access it from any device or any browser. Right now, many well-known agencies, teams, and individual users rely on Quicklead every day, effortlessly reaching hundreds of prospects on autopilot. So, that's the history of Quicklead. Now let's quickly go through a demo of the whole functionality so you can get a better idea about the product. Let's go to Quicklead. After logging in, we can see this dashboard where we can link multiple LinkedIn profiles. We can link as many profiles as we want. Right now, we have linked 2 LinkedIn profiles, which are visible here. We can add a new LinkedIn profile by just clicking on this. It won't ask for LinkedIn credentials. It will just ask for the country from which you want to connect your LinkedIn account. You have to select that country, and it will apply the proxy IP address dedicated to your account. In this way, you give access to your LinkedIn account, and we will connect to that account. Then we can show that account over here. After that, everything will be done automatically, which we previously had to do manually on LinkedIn. Let's go through the functionalities one by one. Here, we can see all the profiles in one Quicklead account. We can switch between multiple profiles with just one click, like this, switching from one profile to another. We can also see all the statistics on this dashboard, such as how many invitations were sent, the invitation acceptance ratio, messages sent, and the message reply ratio. In this way, all the statistics are visible here. Now let's quickly look at the most powerful feature of Quicklead, which is the campaign. Before running a campaign, we need to import contacts from LinkedIn. There are multiple options to import contacts from LinkedIn. We go to Contacts and click on Import. Here, we find several options. The first option is to import from Sales Navigator. Another option is import from a normal LinkedIn search. If we want to fetch all the people who commented on a post, we can use that option. If we want to accept all the people who liked a post, there is an option for that as well. To import a single profile, there is a specific option. If we already have an Excel file, we can use that option too. The only thing we need is the LinkedIn profile URL. We also provide a sample file. If you have a list of LinkedIn profile URLs, you can import them using Excel, and we will add them to Quicklead. Let's quickly try one option to import a profile so you can understand how it works. Let's find automation or any other term you want to search on LinkedIn and go to the people section. Now, we can see all the people on LinkedIn related to that search. If we want to reach out to all these people, normally we would have to go one by one and send a connect request manually. This process can be slow. With Quickly, we can do this in a much easier way. We just go to the URL after applying all the filters to our search. We copy that URL and come back to Quickly. Under the LinkedIn profile search option, we click on Import, then paste the URL here. This image also shows the same step. After searching, copy the URL and paste it here. Next, we click on Extract. When we do this, it will check how many pages are available. We can select the number of pages we want to extract. For example, if this search has several pages and we want to extract the first 3, we set the start page to 1 and the end page to 3. This will import the results from the first 3 pages into Quickly. Now we want to create a new list where all these new records will be saved. Let's name it Automation People. Let's save that new list. Now it's selected and we can click on Add to Contact. This will immediately start importing all the profiles we searched for on LinkedIn. We can go to Contacts, and this is a separately created process. We can do anything else while it's importing. It won't affect anything in the process. Once the import is complete, we will see all the results in this newly created list. Let's go to the list we have created. This list is called Automation People. Let's close this one. It's completed. In the Automation People list, we have imported the first 30 records. Each LinkedIn page has 10 records. So, for 3 pages, we get 30 records. We can see all these 30 records in this separately created list. These are the 30 records we just imported from LinkedIn without doing anything extra. Just copied the URL from LinkedIn and pasted it here. That's it. Everything has been extracted from there to here. This is the first step to extract and gather data into Quicklead. We have multiple options to do the same thing. Right now, we imported from a LinkedIn search, but we can also do the same from Sales Navigator. We can also do the same for posts. For example, if we want to collect people who commented on any post, let's say this is a post where we found potential customers who commented. We want to reach out to them all. What we can do is go to this option, copy the link for that post, come back to Quicklead, click on this, then paste the URL here and just click on Extract. Now it will show the number of comments and how many users commented on that post. This shows the number of people who commented on the post. We can choose the list from here. For example, if we have just created this automation for people, we can select it and import the first 100 people from the list of those who commented. Now, let's click on Add to Contacts. With just one click, everyone from that list is immediately imported here. All users are added to the newly created list. The system will only take unique users. If someone commented multiple times, only one entry for that user will be included. It manages this automatically through Quicklead, so we do not need to worry about duplicates. Here are those people. Here, every person is extracted and gathered into this list. This is the first step to gather the data. Now we have 125 records. Next, we want to reach out to all of them using autopilot. The next feature is the campaign, where we can start a new campaign. Let's go to Campaign, then click on Create Campaign, and then click on Sequence Campaign. Here, we can enter any name for the campaign. Let's use the default name and click on Next. Now we see all the predefined templates available. We can use any of these predefined templates. If we have created a sequence previously and want to import that sequence as a template, we can select it from the previous sequences here. Let's click on this one. The whole template is auto-imported. Let's do it from scratch so it's easier to understand. For example, if we want to send invites to all the profiles we have extracted, that is 125 profiles, we need to reach out to them. First, we want to visit their profiles. Then, after one day, we want to follow their profiles. After another day, we want to like their most recent post. After one more day, we want to send the invite. Now, let's explain this a little more. For example, if we do this manually on LinkedIn, we would go through the list and send connection requests one by one. Then we would wait to see if the invite is accepted or not. Only after the invite is accepted can we send a message to them. If we approach it this way, most people may not accept our invite because we are complete strangers to them. Now, let's do it differently. We click on this plus icon, which allows us to select all the people we have extracted. Here is our list. We select it and press Next. We want to select all the profiles, so we choose all, then click on Next. That's it. Now all the profiles are selected in this first step. Here's what will happen. For example, if your LinkedIn profile is in this list, the process will first visit your profile from our LinkedIn account. You will get a notification that your profile was visited. After one day, we will follow your profile and you will get another notification that we followed you. Then after another day, we will like your recent post, so you'll receive a notification that we liked your post as well. After one more day, we will send you an invite with a note. We can also set a note from here. In this way, we can add a note as well. After 1 day, we will send the invite. Now, imagine you have known us for the last 3 days because of these steps. Then, we will send you the invites. This approach increases the probability that you will accept our invitation. This is how we can design the campaign. We just need to add the notes, like the invite note we want to send with the invitation. We can set that from here. There are 2 options. The first priority message can be set here. We can include dynamic labels in our message, such as profile title, current job title, current company, profile location, and industry. These dynamic labels will be filled in automatically for each individual profile when we send the message. If something is missing that we have set in the message, for example, if we have included profile location in the message, but the recipient's profile does not have this information, we can still send the message without including that label. To do this, we set the template here. We can choose a template. Let's select a predefined template. This is the predefined template, but we can also create our own message. This is the template we can choose directly, or we can create our own message. We can also use these 2 dynamic labels, first name and last name. These labels will send personalized messages to each user, so every message will be dynamic and unique for each person. In this way, we can set a fallback message. If any information is missing from a user, this message will still be sent to them. This allows us to design and add the fallback easily. Once added, it's set up in the system. Now, we can set up the invitation process like this. For example, if we want to send a message after the invite is accepted, we can do that in this step. Let's set this up now. We want to send a message after the invite is accepted. To do this, we select message here, and we can also set the time. For example, we can choose to send the message 5 minutes after the invite is accepted. This timing is configurable, so we can select the time according to our needs. In this case, we choose to send it every 1 day, but you can select any interval you prefer, from 5 minutes to several hours or days. Days can also be set up to 50 days. You can design your sequence in this way. For example, if we want to send a message 5 minutes after the invite is accepted, we can set it here. If someone does not reply, we can send a follow-up message after 1 day. So, after waiting for a reply for 1 day, if there is no response, the system will send this message to the user. If there is still no reply after 2 days, we can send another follow-up message. In this way, we can set up a follow-up sequence. This is the follow-up sequence we have created. We can add messages here, just like we did for the invite. The same process works for messages as well. We can even attach a file if needed. If we have a browser file or anything else to attach, we just need to choose it, and it will be sent in the message to everyone who reaches this step. Now, this is the follow-up sequence. We also have an option for when someone replies. The sequence we just discussed is for people who do not reply. But if someone replies in a positive manner, we can cover that scenario too. For example, if someone replies positively, we can set up a message to be sent to them. So, what will this step do? If someone replies with no, then this message will not be sent. This is because our AI model detects the intent of the reply, whether it is positive or negative. If the intent is negative, the message will not be sent. If the intent is positive, then the message will be sent, and we can set the timing for when it should be delivered. If someone replies, "Yes, I am interested to this message," then the message will be sent. If someone does not reply for a day, the system will follow up with that user after this step. We can apply the same process in other situations. We can do this here as well. If someone is still replying to this message, then we want to send this message again. In this way, we can design the whole sequence, and it will go step by step to all 125 profiles, from the first step to all the other steps. You can see how powerful this is. We do not have to do anything manually for all those 125 profiles. The software will handle everything from your LinkedIn profile and will work 24/7. Since this is a cloud-based software, it is not necessary to keep the system on. You only need to create the campaign once, add all the profiles at the first step, start the campaign, and then just wait and watch what happens. Now let us share another benefit of this sequence. For example, we are sending the invitation, and if someone does not accept our invitation, but we still want to send them a message, we can set it to send them an email if they have not accepted the invitation after, let's say, 15 days. What happens is, once the invite is sent, it will wait for 15 days, and then the software will send the email if the invite is not accepted. This helps reduce the number of emails sent because emails have limited credits. We cannot send emails to everyone who is not connected. So, what we are doing here is sending the invite to everyone, and if they accept our invite, we can send them unlimited messages through LinkedIn. If someone does not accept our invitation, we will wait for 15 days and then send them an email. So, in any case, we will make sure to send a message for our purpose. In this way, we can design the whole sequence, just play it, and wait. Everything will be done on your behalf. This is how the sequence campaign works. Now, since we are sending messages to many people, we will also receive replies in bulk. To manage this, we have implemented a smart inbox functionality. This feature allows you to see the live feed of your LinkedIn inbox. At the moment, we are not saving anything to our site. It is completely live from LinkedIn. We have also added new filters on top of the LinkedIn inbox. One of these filters is called Last Message Sent by Member. For example, if someone sends you a message, but you have not replied yet, this filter will show that. Let us clarify one thing here. It is not about unread messages from you, but about the last message sent by a member where you have not replied. This means even if you have read the chat but did not reply, it will still be covered here. This filter helps you make sure you do not forget to reply to anyone. For example, if we have sent a message to someone and they haven't replied yet, we can easily filter these messages with just one click. This feature also allows us to set a reminder. For instance, if there is a contact we need to follow up with after 2 days, we simply set a reminder. If we want to add a note, we can do that too, such as reminding ourselves to call this person at a specific time. In this way, we can create a note and set a reminder. The reminder will be set immediately and notify us at the scheduled time. All the reminders we have set will help ensure we don't forget anything. Once we've converted a contact to a lead, for example, if we've talked to someone who hasn't bought yet, but we feel they might buy, we can mark them as a lead. We can create any tag, but as an example, to highlight this user, we add one tag that we have created. Then we simply put a tag on the contact. Whenever we want to see how many leads we have, we just filter by that tag. When we click on any tag, it immediately filters everything we have tagged. So, in this way, we can use the tag system as well. Both options are available on every screen. For example, after importing all the contacts from LinkedIn, we can perform the same actions. This is the contact page, where we can see all our extracted data. We can select and apply different filters too. Let's filter out those who have these emails. In this way, we can apply filters, such as finding those who are already connected from this data. With just one click, it will show the results like this. These are all already in our connections. There are also options for not connected, invitation already sent, invitation withdrawn, followed, not followed, and more. We can also filter by tags. Now let's look at that part as well. We can export all the profiles. Let's export now. With just one click, it allows us to export everything into Excel. In this way, we can export all the data. You can export all the data and separate them into different lists. By checking, you can move them to different lists. For example, if these 4 people are sales guys, we can move them to a different list. Just click on this move option to create a new list. Select the contacts and they will be moved from this list to another list. This way, we can separate them easily. For example, if we want to run a campaign on these 4 contacts or any contacts we have selected, after selecting them, we just need to click on this Add to Campaign option. We can choose any previous campaign we have created, or we can start a new campaign from here as well. In this way, we can immediately add anyone to any campaign directly from the contacts. There are many features available here. We can also view the details of these contacts. We can see this information. Let's look at another powerful feature of Quicklead, which is the social signal. This is one of the best features we have introduced in Quicklead social signal. Let's go through a manual example. For instance, if we are Java developers and want to find a job on LinkedIn, we would search for hiring Java developer on LinkedIn. Anyone posting with this keyword could be our potential lead, and we need to contact them. After searching, we can go to posts, and anyone making such a post is a great lead for us. We need to contact them and find out who's interested. We can manually go one by one and send them an invite. After they accept our invite, we can send them a message. This is a manual process. Now, let's see what Quicklead allows us to do. We will copy this keyword from here and go back to Quicklead into the social signal section. We need to click on Add Social Signal. Then we enter the tag or keyword that we searched for on LinkedIn. We place that keyword here. Now, if we want to do this every day at a specific time, we can choose the time as well. It's completely customizable, so we can select any time we prefer. We want the first 10 leads every day at this chosen time, and we want the latest posts. Anyone who is imported will be added to this list, or we can create a new list if needed. We select the list we want, and then we import them into the campaign we have already created. This campaign includes all the steps: visit, follow, like, invite, and send message. Everything we have set up in that sequence campaign. We select it here and then start. This process will go to LinkedIn every day at the set time, search for the keyword, go to the posts, and take the latest 10 posts. For each of these posts, the person who made the post is automatically imported to the list we have selected. They are also auto-imported into the campaign starting from the first step. This is a very powerful feature. We do not have to import manually. Every day, it will go to LinkedIn and import the latest 10 people who made posts. This way, we can easily create our social signal. It will automatically import the latest 10 people who are currently interacting based on the keyword we choose. This is just an example with one keyword. Whatever keyword we use, it will immediately go to LinkedIn and give us the results. It will auto-import all these people daily into our list and even into our campaign as well. This is a very powerful feature. We can even see the intent of the post. We are converting these posts to intent by reading the post content and sending it to the AI. The AI decides if the post is for hiring, networking, or something else. We can filter these intents using this filter here. This is the best feature we have introduced in Quicklead to automate the import process. It is the best thing so far in Quicklead, and we are going to improve it further. For example, we will add a location filter to these social signals in the next version. These are the basic features we have introduced. You can also see all your LinkedIn connections in this tool, and you can view all your campaign inboxes. Everything is here, and you can switch from one profile to another with just one click. It is very easy to use. For example, if you have added 5 LinkedIn profiles to your Quicklead account, you can switch between them easily. If you are viewing the inbox of one account and want to see the inbox of another profile, just switch it, and that's it. You can see everything. In the same way, we can do this for a campaign as well. We can switch from one profile to another profile easily. Now, let's look at something else. Here is the campaign we have created. Let's look at another campaign. This is the campaign detail where we can see all the statistics. For example, we set visit profile as the first step. The in queue profiles are 0, which means everyone has completed the visit. So, 127 profiles have completed this step. We can see all the statistics here. It shows the total count. 120 profiles are marked as visited out of 127. 7 profiles failed. Whatever the status is, it will show here. This is the visit profile step, and this is the invitation step. After 5 minutes, this step sends the invitation. So, invitations have already been sent to 120 people in this campaign. We can see all these statistics here. The total was 120 and the sent count is 116. We can also see the accepted count here. We can see the withdraw count over here. We can also filter everything, so all the statistics are completely shown here. Step by step, we can go to any step and see all the statistics. If we want to see the overall statistics of the selected LinkedIn profile, we can do that as well. This is the currently selected profile. When we want to see all the statistics, everything will be shown here, including the counts. For example, we can see the percentage of invitations accepted. Here, 55% of invitations have been accepted. The message replies from this background profile are at 1440%. Let's switch to another profile so we can see the statistics live. If we want to see the statistics of a specific campaign, we can simply select the campaign and it will show the statistics in a graph, including all the counts. We can see everything live here. This is the best way to automate everything that we usually have to do manually on LinkedIn. It is the best tool to reach out to people without interacting with our LinkedIn profile manually. We just need to import, plug, and play everything, and that's it. This is how we can automate everything on LinkedIn. Yeah.